Hey everybody, I thought I would attempt another vlog here. Um, just sort of seems easier to get news out than to compose a written message right now. I'm on some painkillers, and so I am a little bit loopy, and it can be hard to find string together enough time where I'm feeling alert enough to write something. So anyway, I did not get discharged from the hospital today. I'm still here, obviously. But I had an okay day. The problem that we're having right now is that I'm having quite a bit of breakthrough pain overnight. And so when I'm getting up in the morning, I'm really struggling to be able to get out of bed and do things without a lot of pain. And then what's been happening is that as the day's kind of gone on, I've been able to get that pain managed a little bit better. And by the afternoon, I'm doing quite a bit better, and I'm able to actually get out of bed and do some things. So anyway, the care team this morning visited me and were concerned because I was having a hard time, and they basically urged me to stay another day. They wanted to think through whether or not there's anything else they can come up with to help me manage this pain besides what's already been planned. But there has been a lot planned, and Grant and I have gotten a clearer picture of exactly what our instructions are when we get home. And so there's kind of a couple of things going on. One is, as I said in my written post, when we got here Monday night, I did get some imaging, and it revealed that I have not just the tumors in my liver that are causing some problems, but I had this new finding, which was a blood clot in my liver. And that had appeared pretty suddenly because I had been imaged previously on the 22nd of December, and that clot was not there. But it showed up on the images that were taken on whatever day that would have been, the 29th or something. And the appearance of that clot, the thinking is that probably developed and caused this huge spike in pain that I had over this past weekend that brought me here. So when I get home, I will continue to take blood thinners, which I've been prescribed since I've been here. At first I was taking a blood thinner called heparin, which was being given to me through an IV that was in my arm. And then we switched me from the IV blood thinners onto an oral pill, which is called Eliquis, which is actually a pill that a lot of people take that have heart issues like AFib and things like that, where you might be considered a candidate for a stroke or something like that. So I will continue to take an oral pill that's designed to thin my blood. All these blood thinners are not actually what's going to get the specific clot that I have out of my body. However, the blood thinners I'm taking are basically trying to prevent that clot from getting worse or from other clots developing other places. I'm just a more likely candidate to get a clot right now because of my cancer. They literally said it makes some of the drugs I'm taking and some of the things that are happening with the cancer is making my blood kind of sticky. I don't remember exactly how that was explained to me, so I'm not sure why that is, but I am a person that is more prone to getting clots right now, so the blood thinners that I'm taking will prevent this problem from happening again or elsewhere or continuing in the same spot. It won't actually clear up this particular clot. The clot itself has to just clear up on its own, and so my body will just naturally do that, and it will take some time. So I've been told that it could take several weeks. It might take as long as a month for the clot to actually dissolve and be kind of cleared away by my body. So this, unfortunately, the clot is still there and it's still causing pain, and this is not going to be an instant fix. So it's why we need a really good plan going home for how to manage the pain that will be continuing here, at least in the short term. So that's one part of the sort of homework as we go home, is to stay on that. And then the other part is to do all of this pain management stuff, and that's what we're still sort of trying to dial in. So I now have a patch on this arm. Let's see if I can show what that looks like. Yeah, it's quite camouflaged, actually. It's very close to the color of my actual skin, but there's a small patch here. It's like the size of a business card. That's a slow release pain relief thing. It's not a narcotic, so it's supposed to, not affect my mental state as much as narcotics do. It's also not supposed to cause constipation the way narcotics do. So some of the side effects that are unfortunate about taking narcotics, also obviously narcotics can be addictive. There's all sorts of things that are kind of in the cons list about narcotics. So this patch hopefully will kind of help give me a pain, an effective pain kind of baseline, where it's like keeping quite a bit of the pain at bay, and then I'll just take narcotics for when I have like pain breakthrough, when this drug is not effective enough at keeping the pain under control. I'm not on a super high dose of this right now, so they may increase the dosage of this slow release pain thing. And another reason they kept me a little bit longer right now is because these patches, when you first get them, they do take a while to kind of get going. So it's going to be a day or two before there's enough of this drug actually absorbed into my body that it's doing something. So I got this patch yesterday. So like, for example, waking up this morning when I had a lot of pain breakthrough, at that point there really wasn't probably much of this in play. And hopefully as I'm like going to bed tonight and getting up tomorrow, hopefully this is starting to actually like do something to help the situation. And then beyond that, I'm just kind of figuring out with the team exactly like how to deal with all the other drugs we have available to us to help with pain management. Hopefully we can get this transition happening tomorrow, where I can get home. Grant went to actually purchase us an electric recliner today from somebody on Facebook Marketplace, so that when I get home I can actually be downstairs and not just up in the bedroom. When I was home this past weekend, I was literally bedridden for several days and could not really manage to get to the bathroom, let alone down the stairs. So I'm hoping that, of course, A, I'm hoping to be a lot more mobile, but B, I'm hoping that if I do have, if I hit some bumps and I'm having a hard time, I'm hoping that it doesn't mean that I have to be like sort of quarantined up in our bedroom. I can actually be downstairs where I can participate more in like what's going on at our house, be by Grant, be by the dogs, eat my meals downstairs rather than in my bedroom, things like that. So he's kind of getting some things set up that will be helpful once we get home. And that was a good use of having this extra time. So anyway, I obviously would love to be home right now. That was my hope for today, but there's some reasons why it's kind of nice to have a little bit of extra time. And we do really want to make sure that as we move home that we have a good plan in place, because it's really a lot on Grant as like the primary caregiver to try to, help me keep track of all this stuff, help keep me on a schedule with these meds. And when things go south and they aren't going well, and I'm quite helpless, it becomes like his job to do absolutely everything. So trying to make sure that he doesn't become overwhelmed by whatever happens next when we get home. And hopefully this whole situation it'll just be a matter of weeks before we get it, kind of a lot more in the bag. And I'm hopefully back to my old tricks of running around and being active and doing all kinds of things. So that's the update for today. I know in the past when I've vlogged about being here at this particular hospital, I've talked about the food, so I might as well do a food update. I managed today to not eat really any hospital food. I did order some food and I gave it to Grant because I was not hungry and he was. I don't think I was supposed to do that. It looked terrible though. I mean, it looked so awful. I'm so glad that I didn't eat that food, but he did. But for breakfast, I had something from the previous day that I had sort of saved and squirreled away that I ate that was good. And I've just ordered myself delivery from DoorDash. So I'm going to get some Chinese food tonight with like a whole bunch of green vegetables. And I'm very excited about that. So that's what I got. This concludes my 4th ever blog on this channel that I created. Anyway, enjoy. Thanks for following along. Bye.